Good morning. This is Dalia Romero. Line.
Good morning.
Sworn in yet.
This is
Good
Judge
morning.
Beamer in BRC.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Osceola.
Good morning, Judge.
Can we turn up the volume? Okay, I think it's the heat. And where's Officer Williams from PTR? I just wanted to give her these. Okay, we'll wait for her. Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right, let's start with Osceola. Can we have appearances from the state?
Adam Dew for the state.
Defense?
Christian Milder, Officer of the Public Defender.
Okay. All right, we have Renee Brown.
Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
Good morning. Do we have any Spanish interpreter cases that need to go first?
Yes, Your Honor, we have two.
Okay, let's call those first. Who is it?
Okay, it's going to be Maldonado Joshua and Pavon Canales John.
All right, hold on. Maldonado is first, and who's the second?
It's going to be Pavon Canales John.
Okay. All right, let's call Joshua Maldonado. This is case... Oh, that's right. Okay. I'm used to regular division. Okay. And where's Mr. Maldonado?
He should be approaching right now, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your full name?
Buenos días, señor. ¿Nos puede decir su nombre completo, por favor?
Joshua Maldonado Canales.
Joshua Maldonado Canales.
And your date of birth?
Julio 5 del 1989.
July 5th, 89.
All right, thank you.
Bien, gracias.
Is Mr. Maldonado seeking the assistance of a public defender?
¿Y el
Yes, Your Honor.
señor Maldonado está pidiendo la asistencia del defensor público? Sí, su señoría.
And does he qualify?
I believe he does, Your Honor. He's filling out the application as we were speaking beforehand.
Okay.
¿Él es elegible? Creo que sí, su señoría. Le estaba llenando la solicitud cuando estábamos hablando previamente.
Mr. Maldonado, I'll go ahead and appoint an assistant public defender to represent you this morning. I reviewed your affidavit. I do find probable cause. I'm going to set bond in the amount of $500.
Señor Maldonado, se le designa el defensor público para que les represente. Yo he repasado la affidavit acusatoria y hallo que hay causa que respalda la acusación. Su fianza es de $500.
Judge Officer Ray O'Kendall, pretrial release here at Osceola County. This defendant qualifies for direct PTR. Would you consider that?
Okay. I'll release him to PTR. If he doesn't qualify for some reason, I'll set bond in the alternative in the amount of $500.
He does qualify, Judge. Can we
Okay.
just do a straight PTR?
Yes, straight PTR.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
El oficial Oquendo ha dicho que usted es elegible para que quede en libertad bajo el programa de libertad preventiva sin tener que pagar una fianza y así se le va a permitir salir. Gracias.
Thank you. Mr. Pavon Canales?
Señor Pavón Canales.
All right, good morning. Can you tell me your full name?
Buenos días. ¿Me puede decir su nombre completo, por favor?
Giancarlo Pavón Canales.
John Carlos Pavón Canales.
And your date of birth?
¿Su fecha de nacimiento?
Octubre 22 del 94.
October 22nd, 94.
Okay.
Bien.
And is he seeking the assistance of a public defender?
Yes, Your
¿Está
Honor,
usted
yes.
pidiendo la asistencia del defensor público? La abogada ha dicho que sí.
Okay. Mr. Pavon Canales, I will appoint the public defender to represent you this morning.
Señor Pavón Canales, perdón, le voy a designar el defensor público para que le representen esta mañana.
I've reviewed your cases. I do find probable cause. On the possession or use of drug paraphernalia, I'll set bond in the amount of $500. On the violation of community control, I'm s-
Pero,
Un momento. Go ahead, Your Honor.
and then this is the cases on probation for, right?
La juez le está designando el defensor público para que le
And then the
represente.
case you're on probation for, I'm setting bond at 0.
He repasado las acusaciones y hallado que hay causas que reparten la acusación. En el caso de tenencia de asesores para el uso de droga, la fianza es de 500. Pero en el caso que usted está bajo probatoria actualmente, la juez le va a detener sin fianza.
Okay, thank you.
Gracias.
Are you all hearing that feedback? Oh, no. All right, Madam Interpreter, thank you.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
All right, next case, Renee Brown. Going back on Mr. Pavan Canales' cases, on the two cases, the 19 CF 768, the 19 CF 1366, was he on probation for both of those cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so the cases that he's on probation for, I do find there's a violation based on PC for the new law violations, and he will be held until he can see the judge for the VOP. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Miss Brown, can you tell me your date of birth?
11/10/82.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Does she qualify?
I believe she does, Your Honor.
Okay. It looks like you're out on bail in 20 CF 647, and you're out on PTR on that case. I'm revoking your PTR. I do find... Okay. Yeah, I'm revoking your PTR and you'll be held.
So there's no bond, Judge?
Correct. Okay. And yeah, and on the new case, I'm setting bond at 500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Rodrigo Granada.
He's approaching, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, this defendant was previously appointed to the PD. He does qualify again.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your full name?
Excuse me?
Can you tell me your full name?
My full name is Rodrigo Granda.
Okay. I find there is PC for this offense, and you do qualify for PTR or ROR. I'll put you on PTR. You can't go back to that location. You understand?
Yes, I do understand.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Hines, Leroy Hines. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your full name
Leroy Joshua Hines,
and your date of birth?
10/20 of 1993.
All right, thank you. All right, I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find probable cause. You don't qualify for pretrial release. So I will set bond on count 1 in the amount of $1,000. Two, three, 4, and 5. All right, in count 2, I'll set bond in the amount of 1,000. Count 3, 1,000. Count 4, 1,000. Count 5, 1,000. You are to have no contact with the victims in this case and not possess any weapons or firearms if you do bond out. All right, thank you, sir. And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Leroy Jones.
Approaching, Your Honor.
Can you tell me your full name
Leroy Jones,
and your date of birth?
8/14/88.
Thank you. All right, does he qualify for the PD?
He's bringing me his paperwork, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, he does, Your Honor.
And he qualifies?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. I've reviewed the affidavits. I do find probable cause. I'll leave bond. Well, you meet the criteria for pretrial release, so I'll release you to pretrial release, okay? All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Jody Peroni.
Approaching, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can you tell me your full name
Jody M. Perron,
and your date of birth?
11275.
All right. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find probable cause. I'll set bond on count 1 in the amount of $1,500. You are to have no contact with the victim in this case. No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, meaning text message, social media, or someone that knows you and the defendant. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Your
And
Honor,
yes, go ahead.
She doesn't qualify for the public defender, just
Yep.
for the record.
And I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next is Reginald Phillips. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your full name? What's your full name
Reginald Phillips,
and your date of birth?
6/21/91.
Thank you. All right, so You're out on bond on 20 CF 2149. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit in the new case. All right, on the new case, I'll set bond in the amount of $500. I am revoking your bond, however, in 20 CF 2149, and you will be held at no bond until you can see the judge. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Rosalba?
Approaching, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
And I do believe she qualifies for the public defender as well, Your Honor.
All right, can you tell me your full name
Rosalba Rosa,
and your date of birth?
3575.
All right, I will appoint the public defender to represent you. I reviewed the arrest affidavit on the battery charge. I do find probable cause. I'll set bond in the amount of $1,500. You are to have no contact with the victim in this case. No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, meaning through a third party that knows you or the victim, text message or social media. Do you understand?
Yes.
Also, you are here on an out-of-county warrant. That's set at bond at $2,000. I won't take any action on that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Finally, Luis Santiago Alvarado.
Approaching, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we don't have a public defender application for the accused.
All right, can you tell me your full name
Luis Santiago Alvarado,
and your date of birth?
12/10/1984.
Okay, thank you. I reviewed the affidavit for the petty theft. I do find probable cause. I'll set bond in the amount of $250. You are on probation. I do find at this time, it looks like there is a violation, and I will set bond at 0 for you to go see the judge. All right, thank you, sir. And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And I think that's it for Osceola.
I believe it is, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You as well.
We don't need to call. Spanish.
Are we doing it on the speaker, or they need the headsets
I'm sorry?
for the Spanish interpreters? They're gonna need the headsets, or are they doing it by the speaker?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Headset.
headset.
Headsets, okay.
Let me call him now.
Good morning, this is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line, not sworn in yet.
Okay?
Sure. You raise your right hand. You
Yes.
swear to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English, the testimony you will receive today.
Yes, I do. Dalia Romero, state certified Spanish interpreter. One moment, Your Honors, while I connect to the...
Okay, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
One moment so I can connect to the podium, please.
Okay.
Okay.
He can hear the interpreter.
Okay. All right, sir, can you tell me your full name?
Cristian Mojica.
Christian Mojica,
And your date of birth?
Mes 12/23 de 1989.
12/23/89.
Okay. I reviewed your arrest affidavit. I do find probable cause. I'll set bond on count 1 in the amount of $2,500. You are to have no contact with the victim in this case. You also, how do I know if they filled out the affidavit?
They don't have any here, they're doing Spanish, so you can ask them if you want to put it or
Okay.
it's
Got it. Would you like me to appoint a public defender to represent you this morning at no cost?
Sí.
Yes.
Are you currently working?
Estaba trabajando hasta una semana. Sí.
I was working up to a week ago.
Okay, and do you have any money in your bank account?
Sí, tengo dinero en mi cuenta de banco.
Yes, I do have money in my bank account.
How much?
Como $800.
About $800.
Do you have any dependents? Children?
Sí, tengo una nena de 1 año, tengo un nene de 2 años y tengo un nene de 13 años.
Yes, I have a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 13-year-old.
All right, so are you, based upon the clerk's telling me you qualify, so I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Okay, so I have found probable cause. I set bond in the amount of $2,500. You cannot have any contact with the victim in this case. No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, meaning through a third party that knows you and the victim through text message or social media. All right, thank you, sir.
Your Honor,
Yes.
the affidavit indicates that the defendant lives with the victim. Can there be special language that he's not to return to the residence?
Okay, Mr. Mojica, you cannot return to the residence. You cannot return to the scene of the offense, okay?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. All right, good morning. Are you Miss Barroso Martinez?
Good morning.
Good morning.
¿Usted es la señora Barroso Martínez?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, can you tell me your full name?
Es Mayra Lucía Barroso Martínez. Sí,
Mayra Lucía Barroso Martínez.
And your date of birth?
12/23 del 88.
12/23/88.
Would you like me to appoint an attorney to represent you today at no cost?
Sí,
Yes.
Do you currently work?
no,
Do you have
No.
any dependent children?
sí tengo hijos. 4.
I have 4 children.
You qualify for the public defender. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you this morning for free. I have reviewed the affidavit. I do find probable cause. On count 1, I'll set bond in the amount of $500. Ms. Barroso, you are to have no contact with the victim in this case. No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, meaning text message, social media, or someone that knows you and the victim. That can change later if you ask a judge to change it and they choose to do that. Also, you cannot return to the scene of the offense, and I believe this is your home that you share with the victim.
Sí. ¿Y a dónde puedo ir? Porque yo no tengo a dónde más ir. ¿Y mis hijos?
Where can I go? Because I don't have anywhere else to go. And my children.
Unfortunately, you're going to have to find a different place to stay. Contact the public defender's office. They can assist you with maybe having the contact modified at a later time.
¿Y él no puede quitarme los cargos?
Can he not drop the charges?
Not at this time.
¿Y cuánto tiempo voy a estar aquí?
So how long would I be in here?
I'm sorry?
For how long would I be here?
Well, I set bond for $500, so if you can make bond. Does she qualify for pretrial? Oh, I don't know if pretrial release.
¿Y entonces yo no puedo llamarle a él?
One second. All right, I've set bond in the amount of $500, okay, Ms. Barroso?
You remember she asked if she's able to call him.
I'm sorry?
And if she's asking if she's able to call him and if she's able to see her children.
You cannot call him. You cannot have any contact with him. You are permitted to see your children. Okay, but everything is being recorded. The prosecutor's right here. I don't want you to talk about the facts of your case, okay? You have a lawyer. You can ask your lawyer for legal advice, okay? All right, thank you. Good morning, sir. Mr. Murillo
Buenos días.
Aguilar?
Sí. Wilmer Ramón Murillo Aguilar.
Wilmer Ramon Murillo Aguilar.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Wilmer Murillo Aguilar.
Okay. Can you tell me your full name?
Wilmer Ramón Murillo Aguilar.
Wilmer Ramon Murillo Aguilar.
And your date of birth?
Es 12-15-80.
12/15/80.
All right, sir, you're here for your initial appearance. Do you want an attorney to represent you for free this morning?
Sí, por favor.
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you work right now?
Sí.
Yes.
How much do you make every paycheck?
$500 a la semana.
500 a week.
Do you have any children or dependents?
Sí, tengo 3 hijos.
Yes, I do have 3 children.
Okay. You qualify for a public defender, so I'll go ahead and represent one to appoint you for free this morning. To represent you for free this morning. I reviewed the affidavit. I do find probable cause. I will set bond on count 1 in the amount of $1,000. You cannot have any contact with the victim in this case. No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, okay? Also, you are not to return to
Sí.
the scene of the offense. You
Okay.
can't go to that home. All right, thank you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Buenos días, señor. Good morning.
It's interpreter, Spanish interpreter.
Luis A. Ramos Domínguez. Luis Ángel Ramos Domínguez.
Next. After the last Spanish.
Luis Angel Ramos Dominguez,
And your date of birth?
Mayo 10 del 81.
5/10/81.
All right, sir. This is initial appearance. Do you want an attorney to represent you this morning for free?
Y si no. Sí, sí. Si no.
Yes,
Do you work?
Sí.
yes.
How much do you make every paycheck?
Como $390.
About $390.
Do you have any children or dependents?
Tengo hijos ya tan grandes, mayores de edad ya.
I do have children. They're grown. They're of age.
Okay. All right. You qualify. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you for free this morning. I reviewed the affidavit. I do find probable cause. You qualify for pretrial release. I'll go ahead and have you released via pretrial release. You cannot have any contact with the victim. No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, meaning text message, social media, or through someone that knows you and the victim. You cannot go back to that Quality Inn.
Sí, entiendo. ¿Puedo decirle algo para que le diga a ella?
I do
Nosotros-
understand. May I say something?
No, this is not
Okay,
the time.
okay, okay,
Thank you, sir.
okay. Sorry. Oh, no, I just don't want it. Huh? Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Ricardo Trigo de Serrano, Agustín, 0526-1966. Trigo de Serrano, Vázquez.
Ricardo Trigo de Serranos Bastos, 52666.
Thank you. All right, sir, do you want me to appoint an attorney to represent you for free this morning?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, do you have a job right now?
Por mi cuenta con un primo mío.
I work self-employed with my cousin.
How much do you make every paycheck?
Yo, 1,200, menos, como 3,000 al mes, más o menos, 2,500.
1,000. It's about 2,500 to 3,000 a month.
Do you have any dependents or children?
Sí, tengo dos niños en Venezuela que no viven conmigo.
I do have 2 children in Venezuela,
Y tengo una hija en Miami, pero ella es independiente.
and I do have a daughter in Miami, but she's older.
Okay, unfortunately, you don't qualify for an attorney for free. So I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find probable cause for the new violations. So I'll set bond on count 1 and 2 in the amount of $500 each. Is that it? That's it? Okay. Thank you.
Judge. Yes, out on bond.
He's out on bond?
Yeah, it's Ricardo, right? Yeah. Ricardo, he's out on bond.
We don't have, you don't have that, we don't have that.
He's out on bond in Osceola for a
Oh,
DUI.
this defendant is out on Osceola on a DUI?
Yes.
Okay. Out on bond?
Yes.
Okay, I'm revoking your bond for the Osceola case because of this new arrest.
You have a case number?
2020 CT 00185680.
I can't hear you.
It's hard to hear because of the AC.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's 2020 CT 001856.
856.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, sir.
¿Cuándo puedo salir?
When would I be able to get out?
Well, I set bond on the new cases, but you're out on bond on Osceola case, so I revoked that bond, so you're going to have to see a judge in Osceola. Thank you, sir.
Does this defendant need an interpreter?
Your Honor, the victim needs an interpreter.
How do we do that? Okay. Madam Interpreter, the victim is present on this case, and he needs the assistance of an interpreter, so if you can do that live.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good morning. Can you tell me your full name
Celia Maria Swope,
and your date of birth?
8481.
All right, Ms. Swope, we're here for your initial appearance. This is just the bond hearing, okay? And I see someone here for you, sir. Good morning.
Buenos días, señor.
Can you tell me your full name?
¿Me puede decir su nombre completo?
Sergio Alejandro Pérez Vaca.
Sergio Alejandro Pérez Vaca.
Sergio Alejandro Pérez Vaca.
Sergio Alejandro Pérez Vaca.
All right, raise your right hand.
Levante su mano derecha, por favor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
¿Jura decir la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad ante Dios?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms.
Gracias.
Swope, you filled out an affidavit for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You do qualify, so I'll go ahead and appoint the PD to represent you this morning. Yes, sir. What is it that you would like to tell me?
Señor, ¿qué es lo que usted quiere dejarme saber?
Bueno, que pues ella y yo tuvimos el problema, pero a mí me gustaría que le pongan una orden de restricción y por mí la pueden dejar libre, pero sí necesito una orden de restricción y necesito una forma para poder yo ver a una hija que tenemos en común de 6 meses.
I would like, well, we had this problem, and I would like to get an injunction to be set. I do want her to be free, to be able to get out, but I do want an arrangement so that I can see the child that we have in common, the 6-month-old.
She's not 6 months, she's 4 months.
Okay. And she's currently on probation. State, is that correct? She's currently on probation?
Yes, from what I
Okay.
see.
Unfortunately, because you're on probation, I can't set bond because you're VFO. I do find probable cause for the ag assault and the sudden snatch robbery. I do find PC. On the ag assault, I'll set bond at $5,000. On the robbery, sudden snatch, I'll set bond at $1,500. You are to have no contact with the victim in this case. No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, meaning through someone that knows you and the victim, text message or social media. Sir, with respect to the injunction, that's a different court. You have to go through the civil process to get an injunction, and then the family law will determine custody and contact.
Señor, en cuanto a la orden de alejamiento, esto es una cuestión aparte. Usted tiene que ir al tribunal y solicitar una orden de alejamiento y ahí el juez determinará la de custodia.
Okay, está bien.
Okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you, sir. All right,
Gracias,
thank you, Ms.
señor.
Slope. We have to bring this guy back in because he had a warrant back in 2000 for confinement in jail, but we don't, Muriel Aguilar? Yes, that's it.
Did you just tell Aguilar we need to bring him down?
Yes, I think that's his. Yeah. All right, we're back on Mr. Muriel Aguilera's case. Sir, you have... Oh. So this warrant is still open?
Yes.
Okay, so I can just set bond on this?
You can set bond, you can delete that home confinement condition, keep the bond at 2,000, or you can set bond.
Okay. So you have an old warrant, and the warrant is set at $2,000 with home confinement. I'm deleting the home confinement and staying the bond amount at $2,000 for that open warrant in 2010 CT 5473W. All right, thank you, sir.
Do you need an order for that?
Do you need an order?
I just needed, yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Your
Good
Honor,
morning.
Was that the last case for the interpreter?
Oh, yes, it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a good day.
All right, good morning.
One,
Can you tell me your full name
Sarita Ciprian,
and your date of birth?
10/17/62.
Okay. Ms. Cyprian, you qualify for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. I'll go ahead and appoint Mr. Matos to represent you this morning. I reviewed the affidavit. I do find probable cause. I'm setting bond on count one in the amount of $1,000. You are to have no contact with the victims in this case. No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, meaning through text messages, social media, or someone that knows you and the victim. And you cannot return to the scene of the offense. Can't go back to wherever this alleged facts happens, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, ma'am.
You say I have 1,000 bond?
1,000, yes. No contact with the victims, okay?
Sorry, I'm shaking.
And then do you need this? All right, good morning. Can you tell me your full name
Damian Terrell Majors,
and your date of birth?
060996.
Okay. All right, Mr. How do you say your last name? Demiar?
It's Damien.
Damien? Okay. Oh, they have it. All right. Mr. Damien, this is initial appearance. You filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. I'll appoint Mr. Matos to represent you this morning. And good morning.
Good morning.
Will you raise your right hand for me?
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Angelique Julian.
You gotta speak into the mic.
Angelique Julian.
Okay, I can't. So we've got a loud heater on, and so I can't hear anything very well.
Angelique Julian.
Okay, and your date of birth?
November 19, 1999.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. What is it you'd like to tell me?
That I want him released.
I can't hear you.
That I want him released and that everything that happened.
I can't hear you. All I heard is I want him released.
And that everything that happened was just a little misunderstanding. And
Okay. Well, I'm gonna set bond. But what about contact?
yeah, I want contact with him.
You want what?
I want contact with him.
Okay. So you understand if I'm going to impose no hostile contact, meaning if it gets hostile or heated, it's on him to walk away, but you can still call the police. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. State, do you have any questions you want to ask the victim?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Damien, I find PC on count 1. I'm setting bond in the amount of $5,000. Count 2 in the amount of $5,000. You are to have no hostile contact with the victim in this case. No hostile contact meaning if it gets heated or it starts to escalate, it's on you to walk away. Otherwise, she can call the police and you'll be arrested. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
the court is to set bond in amount attainable to the client. May I elicit testimony from the defendant?
Not at IA's. No, sir. All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, and what's your name?
Shakeem Ray. Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, hold on. What happened to Kristen Norris? Medical? Okay. Do we reset them to tomorrow, or do we just appoint the PD and go forward with IAs? All right. All right. Mr. Ray, just bear with me one moment, okay? On Kristen Norris, on her cases, let me see. I'm going to appoint the public defender on her cases. So on the aggravated battery, I do find PC. I'm setting bond in the amount of $5,000 with no contact in the case. She also has a failure to appear on the possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm setting bond in the amount of 0 on those cases for her failure to appear. And that's it. Okay, Mr. Ray. Can you tell me your full name
Shakeem Brian Ray.
and your date of birth?
September 2nd, 1991.
All right, thank you, sir. You filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify, so I'll go ahead and appoint Mr. Matos to represent you this morning.
Thank you, ma'am.
I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find probable cause. Count 1, I'm setting bond in the amount of $2,500. Count 2, $2,500. Count 3, $1,000. You cannot have any contact with the victim in this case. No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, meaning through text message, social media, or someone that knows you and the victim. You are not to return to the scene of the offense.
Can I speak? Your Honor, all my stuff for work, for my telephone, my wallet, everything is at the location.
Okay.
And I don't know how I go about retrieving my belongings.
Okay. I'll allow you to return with law enforcement one time to get your belongings, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Right here. kids? That my kids live at that? Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Will I be able to like see my kids and stuff?
See your what?
My children?
You can see your kids. You can't have any contact with the victim, though. So you got to figure out a way to arrange that. Or your public defender can do a motion.
Okay.
And maybe do a no hostile contact with the victim. But I don't know because the victim's not here.
Okay.
All right?
So I could get the public defender to try to help me get a no hostile contact?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too. Good morning.
Hello. Sorry.
Can you tell me your full name?
Shateri Thomas.
And your date of birth?
June 26, 1994.
All right. Ms. Thomas, you filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. Unfortunately, you don't qualify, okay? So I can't represent you someone right now.
Okay.
You can hire a private attorney later if you want.
Okay, thank you.
I reviewed the affidavit. I don't find PC for the Berg dwelling with the assault or battery, but I do find for the lesser included offense of burglary of a structure. So I'm going to set bond on count 1 in the amount of $1,000. Count 2, I'm setting bond in the amount of $1,000. You cannot have any contact with the victim in this case, okay? No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, meaning through text message, social media, someone that knows you and the victim. You also cannot go back to that apartment. It was an apartment? Yeah, Metro
Yes.
West Apartments. You can't go back. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
For the Berg structure, the lesser included offense?
I'm getting ready. Oh, no.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your full name
Amin Benayed,
and your date of birth?
October 6, 1988.
All right. All right, sir, you filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify. I'll go ahead and appoint Mr. Matos to represent you today.
So thank
I
you.
reviewed the affidavit. I do find probable cause. You do qualify for pretrial release, so I will allow your release for pretrial release.
Thank you.
You are to have no contact with the victim, okay? No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, meaning through text message, social media, or through someone that knows you and the victim.
Sure.
I know you're roommates
Yes.
with the alleged
Yes, ma'am.
victim, so you're gonna have to figure out a way to get your belongings, but you cannot return to that scene of the offense.
Okay.
I'll allow you to go back one time with law enforcement to get your stuff.
Sure.
All right, that's it. Thank you, sir.
Sure, thank you. Just a quick question. I mean, if I had to go and pack everything up and then leave, so
I'm sorry?
if I have to go and pack everything up and leave, so I mean, because everything is still not packed, would they still? I mean, would I still be able to do that, or?
You're gonna have to go with law enforcement.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you tell me your full name
Christina Lynn Cluchet,
and your date of birth?
10/25/1977.
All right. You filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify. I'll go ahead and appoint Mr. Matos to represent you this morning.
Thank you.
I've reviewed the affidavit. I do find probable cause for the domestic violence battery. You qualify for pretrial release, so I'm going to have you go through pretrial release. You cannot have any contact with the victim in this case. No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, meaning text message, social media, or someone that knows you and the victim.
Yes, ma'am.
You cannot return to the scene of the offense either. You can't go back
Yes,
to
ma'am.
that place. If you have your belongings there, I'll allow you to go back with law enforcement one time to get your stuff, but it looks like you were trying to get your stuff back then and they left it on the carport.
Correct.
All right, thank you. Yes. Dayco, thank you.
I don't understand what is pretrial release.
Why what?
What is pretrial release?
Pretrial release is a service that will monitor your release so you don't have to post a bond.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
They'll explain to you more, all right?
Okay,
Have a
thank
good
you.
day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Dako, you said was?
Behavior issue.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Dako. I reviewed the affidavit. I do find probable cause. I'm setting bond on count 1 in the amount of $5,000. He's to have no contact with the victim in this case and not return to the scene of the offense. All right, thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Can you tell me your full name?
Justice Dean,
Okay, and your date of birth?
March 2nd, 1991.
Mr. Dean, do you want someone to represent you for free this morning?
No,
Yes or no?
no, ma'am.
No?
No, ma'am.
Are you sure?
I mean, I don't understand what you're asking me.
You don't know. Sorry, the vent's really loud, so I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Can you ask the question again?
Okay. But understand everything's being recorded, so don't talk about the facts of your case.
I don't know.
What is it?
I didn't hear what you asked me.
Don't talk about the facts of your case. Everything's recorded, so don't talk about what allegedly happened, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead. What's your question?
I mean,
Oh. I'm sorry.
oh no, ma'am, no, ma'am.
I can't. I'm having a hard time hearing you. sir.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
You don't want a lawyer to represent you for free?
For free?
Yes. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you work?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do you make every paycheck?
$350.
Do you have any kids or dependents?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Does he qualify? All right. You qualify. I'll appoint Mr. Matos to represent you. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find probable cause for the alleged facts. So I'm going to set bond in the amount of $500. You can't have any contact with the victims in this case. No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact.
Yes, ma'am.
No alcohol while you're out on bond.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning. Can you tell me your full name?
Pedro Ojeda.
What's your full name?
Oh, Pedro Enrique Ojeda.
And your date of birth?
8287.
All right. You filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify. I'll go ahead and appoint Mr. Matos to represent you. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Can you raise your right hand?
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your name for the record.
Christy Beth Matos Moreno.
So the air is on, so I have a hard time. Can you speak up?
Christy Beth Matos Moreno.
Okay, and your date of birth?
1985.
Okay. What is it you'd like to tell me?
I would like for him to just return back home.
You want him to return home?
Yes.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, I mean, we just get a little bit of canceling, but other than that...
I can't hear you.
We just need a little bit of canceling, but other than that, I would like for him to just be...
I can't hear you.
I just would like for him to return back home.
Okay.
And just for us to get canceling.
For us to get what?
Canceling.
Counseling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna, I find PC for count 1. I'm setting bond in the amount of $1,000. You cannot have any hostile contact with the victim. No hostile contact means if things get worked up or heated, it's on you to walk away. You can still call the police. You understand?
I do.
Are you afraid for your safety?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can you tell me your full name?
Gabriela Rivera.
I'm sorry?
Gabriela Rivera.
And your date of birth?
10/29/1997.
Okay. Mr. Rivera, you filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify. I'll appoint Mr. Matos to represent you. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Raise your right hand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Geraldo Rivera.
Okay. Mr. Rivera, what is it you'd like to tell me?
Due to the incident, I'm not sure. My daughter shows that she is capable of whatever cause there is. Oh, I don't want no contact.
You want?
No contact.
Okay.
I don't want her to contact my grandmother at the moment because she is very sick, and my brother is also very sick. Her stuff has been packed and put into the car in the front. There's no
Put
reason
where?
for her to go into the house.
Okay.
And I will have her spare key ready for the officer when he shows up, when she could come pick up her car.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rivera, I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find probable cause. I'm setting bond in the amount of $500. You cannot have any contact with Mr. Rivera. Do you understand? You can't call him, no text message, social media. Also, you can't contact him through third party, like grandmothers or relatives, okay? You can go back to get your belongings with law enforcement at one time. Anything else, Mr. Rivera?
No, ma'am.
All right, state, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, how you doing?
Good. What's your full name
Christopher Simmons,
and your date of birth?
March 22nd, 1993.
All right. Okay. Mr. Simmons, I reviewed the affidavit. You qualify for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. I'll appoint Mr. Matos to represent you today.
Yes, ma'am.
I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find probable cause. I'm setting bond on count one in the amount of $1,000.
Can I say something?
Don't talk about the facts of
I'm
your
not-
case, all right?
I was just gonna ask you if you could be more like, I guess, give me mercy a little bit, because I just moved down here from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working. I got a job and everything. I only get paid every 2 weeks. Right now, my funds is not suitable for a bond at all due to the fact that I haven't even received my first paycheck. As far as having contact with the victim, you don't have to worry about me even contacting her, talking to her, seeing her, anything of that nature, because it's, for one, I haven't been with her that long. I don't have no ties with her. I do have remorse on what, situation that happened. But like I said, unfortunately, my funds, I wouldn't even be able to make bond to even get out here at a decent time, or I might not even be able to see the another day outside until next month when I get my court date. Because like I said, I don't got no family down here. I'm by myself. I didn't even receive a paycheck yet. I just,
Yeah.
my financial situation is not up to par right now.
I hear you.
So if you could,
you don't qualify for pretrial release. Also, you've got priors. So I'll lower your bond to $500, but that's as good as I can do right now. All right. So you cannot have any contact with the victim in this case. No contact is no face-to-face contact or
Right,
indirect contact.
right.
You cannot return to the scene of the offense where this allegedly happened.
Okay, so how do I go about the bond and everything?
You gotta contact a bondsman.
Okay.
All right. Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Simmons.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, sir. You can step up. Can you tell me your full name
Demetrius Franklin Harmon,
and your date of birth?
1785.
Okay. All right. Do you want a lawyer to represent you for free this morning?
Yeah, I'm really not sure because really can't even explain it. Like, yeah, I'll take a lawyer or somebody, but the thing was, I was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Hold on. So the AC's on. It's hard to hear you. Do you
I'll speak low.
Okay, so speak in the mic
All
so
right.
she can hear you. Come on, close.
Do you want someone to represent you for free this morning?
Yes, they can. Yes.
Okay. Do you work?
Yes.
How much do you make every paycheck?
It depends. I'm due like full time, but it's been slow since the holiday season.
How much is that?
What the since it's been slow or the
Yeah.
This is about 400
400
Yeah.
every 2 weeks or a month or
every week.
every week? 400. Do you have any kids or dependents?
No.
Yes? No?
I'll take care of my girlfriend, but no.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you qualify for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. I'll go ahead and appoint them to represent you. I reviewed the affidavit. I do find PC. On count 1, I'm setting bond at 500. Count 2, 500. Okay?
What?
Your Honor.
Repeat that.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The defendant is not being charged with a dangerous crime, so he does have the presumption of a non-monetary release.
Yeah, because.
So could you?
Does he qualify for pretrial?
No, Your Honor, he's currently out on bond.
You're out on bond.
Yeah, I was wondering if there
hold
can
on.
be.
You're out on bond. So, I'm not going to take any action on that out. What is he out on bond for?
Resisting officer without violence and possession of drug paraphernalia.
All right, I'm not going to take any action on the case that you're out on bond for. I'll set bond in count 1 on this case. What did I say? 500, 500? 500, 500.
All right, am I able to speak now?
If what?
Am I able to talk?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said, am I able to talk?
Oh, to his to your public defender?
Or to you, actually.
Okay, what is it?
Yeah, well, if you may, can I say something with him too? Because I don't want to try to mess anything up. But
Okay, here's the thing. Everything's recorded. I don't want you to talk about the facts of your case. I don't want you to say something that can be used against you.
Oh no, I wasn't. Okay, I got that.
Okay, but listen, I didn't revoke your bond on the other case. I could have set bond at 0, but I didn't. I left that alone, and I'm setting bond in for the amount of 1,000 on this new case.
Okay, I understand that. I don't have nobody to bond me out. I'm only here for myself.
All right, Mr.
Me and
All
my
right, sir. Thank you.
All right.
This one. Oh, but PTR. So Fabi.
That was Harmon. Who was the guy that was just up here?
That was Harmon, right?
Harmon. No.
That was Harmon.
I thought that was Fabulous Vecino.
No, that was Harmon.
That was Harmon. He's out on PTI.
Okay. Hold on. Can we bring Mr. Harmon back? I thought he was Fabulous Christian. Okay. What happened to Christian Fabulousino? Hold on 1 second, okay?
All right.
That's who I had next, what?
Christian.
His inmate number is, maybe he bonded, I don't know.
What's the inmate number?
2002-8131.
Yes, he bonded.
Okay, he
Okay.
bonded.
All right. Mr. Harmon. Okay. All right. He's out on bond for the resisting and possession of drug paraphernalia, and then he picked up the possession of MDMA and possession of drug paraphernalia. Okay. Yes, sir.
So we would ask why some combination of non-monetary conditions of release would be insufficient. The defendant has informed me that he has no one to bond him out, or
What is he asking for?
the defendant is asking that he be released for non-monetary conditions, as he doesn't have anyone who can bond him out, but he does have work, and we would ask to put on the record for any combination of non-monetary conditions for his release.
Okay. I would do that if you weren't out on bond already. I would have given you pretrial release or ROR, but you're out on bond, and then you picked up a new charge. So
Yeah.
listen, I'm not going to revoke your pretrial release, okay? But on the new case, again, I'll set bond count 1, 500, count 2, 500. All right?
May his bond be reduced?
Of what I just said?
I mean,
The 500? Well, I kind of did. The officer recommended 1,000 on count 1. All right, then count 2, I'll leave it at 100. So that's 600 total. 500 count one, 100 on count two. All right, thank you, Mr. Harmon. All right, next we have Maurice Home.
He is medical, Your Honor.
Medical, okay. Let's go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Home. Count one, I find PC. I'll set bond in the amount of 500.
Your Honor, Mr. Home is also being charged with the crime that is not quote unquote dangerous. So we would ask that he be released on non-monetary conditions as well.
Does he didn't qualify, I don't know if he qualifies for pretrial release.
He refused to speak to PTR.
Yeah, he refused, so,
Okay.
no. Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you tell me your full name
James Howard Huey,
and your date of birth?
5665.
All right. Sir, you filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify. I'll go ahead and appoint Mr. Matos to represent you. I reviewed the affidavit, and I do find PC. So, and you qualify for pretrial release. All right. All right, I'll allow you to go through pretrial release on all of your counts. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You have any conditions, Your Honor?
Yeah, don't drive without a license. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you tell me your full name
Oh, sorry. Evany Lorston,
and your date of birth?
July 26, 1996.
Okay. All right, Mr. Lorison, you filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify. A previous judge has found PC for your case, and so have I. I'm setting bond, count one at no bond, count two, $100.
So I remain no bond.
Correct. Thank you, sir. Good morning. What's your name?
Mary Worrell.
All right, one moment. What happened to Julio Franco?
You have a booking number for me?
Inmate number 2002-8138.
Is it here? It's inside. Okay.
Posted bond?
Posted bond. What about inmate number 2002-8136? Is that the same
They also posted bond?
Okay. Can you tell me your full name?
Mary Alexandria Worrell.
And your date of birth?
9/1873.
Okay, Ms. Worrell, I reviewed the application for an attorney. Hold on. Do you want someone from the Public Defender's Office to represent you for free? This morning?
I don't think, I'm not really familiar with this, but probably not.
So this is your initial appearance. This is just a quick review of the bond situation or PTR. You can have an attorney, a public defender, to represent you for free if you qualify, or you can hire your own private attorney.
I will just answer, I think, for myself for the bond, I suppose. I could, maybe.
Okay. All right, count one. So I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find probable cause. You qualify for pretrial release, so, so it says that she qualifies for PTR, but then in the comments says does not qualify.
She qualifies for court order PTR. She didn't qualify for admin, which we can release, but she had to come in due to the charge. She had to
What's
see
the difference between admin and court order PTR?
if we can't verify community ties. If it's a felony charge, we usually want a court order to see what
Okay.
the judge has to say.
Okay. All right, so I'll release you through pretrial release, PTR, on all of the counts.
Any
Okay?
conditions?
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
conditions, Your Honor?
Don't drive without a license.
Oh, no, my car is, then it's got to be towed back to the house.
No more driving with your without a license,
That's
okay?
not a comment for me. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Which way?
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your full name
Roderick Barth,
and your date of birth?
05/05/93.
Okay. I reviewed the affidavit you filled out for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify. State, is there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer would be a withhold of adjudication and court costs.
I'm sorry?
A withhold of adjudication and court costs.
So the state's offering you a withhold that's not a conviction and court cost
Okay.
to close out your case today, or I can set I can set some kind of release for you and you can fight the case. What do you want to do?
Yeah, you can close that out today.
Huh?
So you can close out the case.
You want to close it out today?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to your public defender?
Mm,
All right, Mr. Barther, what would you like to do?
yeah, I'll close out.
All right,
close out
sign
today.
that rights form for me. Is that what that is? A plea form? Okay. Oh, it's just verbal? Okay. All right, Mr. Barther, do you raise your right hand for me?
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I did.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Sir, you're charged with trespass.
Yeah.
Is this an M1 or M2? Anybody? I think it's
M1.
I think it's an
M1.
M1. It's a first-degree misdemeanor punishable up to a year in jail. Do you understand what the charge is and the maximum penalty for that charge? Sir?
Let's see. Yeah. I do.
Okay. Do you want to plead no contest to the trespass charge? Hello?
Yeah. No
Okay.
contest.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No.
Huh?
No.
Have you taken any medication today?
No.
Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness or emotional disturbance?
Not to my knowledge, no.
I can't hear you.
Not to my knowledge, no.
You don't know if you've ever been
No.
diagnosed with
No,
a
I
mental?
haven't.
You haven't?
I
Okay. You understand that by taking this plea today, you're waiving or you're giving up your right to a trial, to see and hear the witnesses who will testify against you, have your attorney ask them questions, raise any defenses to these charges, including calling witnesses or testifying, or remain silent if you so choose. You understand you're giving up all of those rights?
Yes.
You understand that you're giving up the right for your lawyer to look over the paperwork to see if there are any defenses?
Yes.
Are you doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Anyone force, threaten, or coerce you into taking this plea?
No.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entry of this plea will result in your deportation. Do you understand?
Correct.
And if you've been previously convicted of a sexually motivated offense, entry of this plea may result in your involuntary civil commitment as a sexually violent predator. If it applies, you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So, to the charge of trespass, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea. I find that you are alert and intelligent, that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered, that you understand the nature of the charges against you, and you're represented by competent counsel. Anything from the state or defense before I impose sentence, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense? Anything you'd like to say, sir, before I impose your sentence?
No.
I'm sorry? No?
No.
As to count one, I will withhold adjudication, give you credit for 1 day time served. You're also responsible for the following costs.
2 days, Your Honor. It's 2 days. It's
Oh, 2 days time served. Thank you. The 273 I'm imposing in court costs. You have a year to pay that off. If you don't do it, the clerks send this case to collections. The charges that up, and it's harder to get your driver's license. Do you understand?
Correct.
You have the right to appeal my ruling. You must do it in writing and in 30 days. And if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you. All right. Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Can you tell me your full name
Luis Garcia Altoret,
and your date of birth?
03/23/1982.
All right, sir. You filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. If you qualify, I'll appoint Mr. Matos to represent you. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do not find probable cause, so I'm going to release you ROR, okay?
Yes, Your
All right,
Honor.
keep
Thank
in
you
touch
so
with
much.
your lawyer, Public Defender's Office. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, don't go back to that hotel.
No, I'm not. No,
Okay.
no.
All right.
I got to get my stuff, but the officer told me to call him first.
Yes.
Yes, I will.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Monsieur.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your full name
Carlton Jackson,
and your date of birth?
6/23/90.
Okay. Sir, you filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify, so I'll go ahead and appoint Mr. Matos to represent you today. You are out on bond on the petty theft. You are out on bond on a criminal mischief. Same case. And then you picked up this alleged battery. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find PC for the battery. I'll set bond in the amount of $500. And then on the misdemeanor, I'm revoking your bond. All right, you are to have no contact with the victim in this case. No contact is no face-to-face contact or indirect contact, meaning through a third party or text message or social media. You can't go back to that place, okay? All right, thank you, sir.
Judge, he has,
So
he
what
has
that
a felony
mean?
also. He's out on bond on.
He's on
He has
bond
two
on a
cases.
felony?
On 2 cases.
Oh.
He only addressed the misdemeanor.
Thank you. Wait. I just have 2 golds, same case numbers for both. No? All right, thank you. All right, you're out on bond on 2020 CF 11785. I'm revoking your bond, and on 2020 MM 469, the misdemeanor, I'm revoking your bond. All right, thank you, sir. Good morning. Can you tell me your full name
Deshaun Jones,
and your date of birth?
April 29th, 1985.
All right, Mr. Jones. Do you want, you filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify. I'll appoint Mr. Matos to represent you today.
Okay.
You're out on ROR on a trespass in 2020 MM 8982, and then you picked up an alleged trespass on the property after warning. All right, I'm not gonna revoke your ROR on the misdemeanor, and on the trespass, I'm gonna set, bond in the amount of $100.
Okay.
If you bond out, you can't go back to that place, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Can you tell me your full name
Yeah, Kurt Schneider,
and your date of birth?
6/15/62.
All right. Sir, you filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify. I'll appoint Mr. Matos to represent you. I reviewed the affidavit. I do find PC. State, is there an offer on the trespass?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer would be adjudicated guilt, 15 days jail, and court costs.
All right. On count one, I'll set bond in the amount of $100. If you bond out, you can't go back, okay? Okay, Mr. Schneider?
I'm sorry?
I'm setting bond, $100.
I can't afford any bonding. Can you give me an ROR?
No. All right, thank you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Can you tell me your full name
Jerry Martell Anglin, ma'am.
and your date of birth?
12/11/78.
What's your date of birth?
12/11/78.
Thank you. All right, sir, you filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify. I'll go ahead and appoint Mr. Matos to represent you. You are out on bond on a petty theft, 2020 CF 10277, and another 2020 CF 3419B. They're both out of county in Hillsborough. I'm revoking your bond on both of those cases.
Yeah, but out of Hillsborough, I don't have no charges in Hillsborough. I ain't never been to Hillsborough.
Okay. Well, the paperwork I have says you are. You got open cases there, okay? So let your attorney do some work and see if they can figure that out for you, okay? Thank you, sir.
Okay, so how many charges do I have?
Oh, okay.
So all my
Sorry.
bonds are revoked?
Hold on. You've got. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. You have an out-of-county warrant, Hillsborough warrant for $2,000. I'll keep that at $2,000. But on the other cases, the petty theft and the grand theft, I'm gonna revoke your bond on both cases. All right. Thank you, sir.
Why would you revoke the bonds on them?
Because you're out on bond and you have a warrant. All right. I've ruled. Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you tell me your full name
David Michael Babuff,
and your date of birth?
12/22/1988.
Okay. All right. You have an out-of-county warrant, and bond's already been set. On count one, that's no bond. Count two, 500. Count three, 150. I'm gonna leave that as is.
I can't get a bond for the first.
I'm sorry?
I can't get a bond.
No. You gotta let that judge see you and see if you can set a bond, okay?
Which judge?
And whoever your judge is in Osceola, or wherever this, Osceola.
Yeah, I have no knowledge of this. That's all.
Okay. Well, I appointed a public defender to represent you, okay? So maybe they can do a motion or something. Thank you, sir. Miss Marquez Black? Is that you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Can you tell me your full name
Marquez Jamani Latoya Black.
and your date of birth?
12/22/98.
All right. Sir, you have an out-of-county warrant.
Yes,
Bond
ma'am.
has been set in 2000, so I'm going to leave it at 2000.
Okay.
You filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify, so I'll appoint a PD to represent you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm going to leave it at 2000. Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Can you tell me your full name
Diana Rifraguara,
and your date of birth?
10/29/85.
Okay. All right, you have an out-of-county warrant that's set at no bond. Out of, I think, Osceola. Yeah. So I'm not gonna
I didn't know.
I'm not gonna set bond in that case, okay? You filled out an application for an attorney with the Office of the Public Defender. You qualify. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, so there's a warrant for you from Osceola. and
But
it's no
I
bond.
didn't know. I learned about it yesterday. I had no idea.
I don't know, ma'am. You're gonna have to let your attorneys do the work, okay? Maybe they can get you seen in front of a judge in Osceola. But at this point, I'm gonna leave it as is. All right,
Am I
thank
gonna
you.
get transferred?
I'm sorry?
Am I gonna get transferred to Osceola or?
I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. What does this mean, over the line arrest? Just the... Too late to be a public defender, or do I need? Yeah, but whatever judge out there says. Yeah, thank you though. I appreciate it. Good morning. Can you tell me your full name
Good morning, Camille McDonald,
and your date of birth?
June 12, 1992.
All right, Miss McDonald. I reviewed. Do you want a public defender to represent you?
Yes, please.
Do you work?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much do you make every paycheck?
About $450.
And do you have any dependents or children?
Yes, 2.
Okay. Does she qualify? $450 every 2 weeks. Okay. All right. You qualify. I'll appoint a public defender to represent you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I reviewed the affidavit. I do find probable cause. You qualify for pretrial release, so I'll go ahead and release you via pretrial release. You can't have any contact with the alleged victim, okay?
Okay. For how long do you know?
Well, until this case is going on. And then you can't go back to where this allegedly happened. Okay?
To the 7-Eleven?
Oh, is it the 7? Oh, because it was in the parking. All right. You can go back to that 7-Eleven. You just can't have any contact with the victim, okay? All right. Thank
Okay,
you, ma'am.
thank you.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. On Mr. Bartholomew's case, I'll appoint the public defender to represent him this morning. He is out on bond on 2020 CF 10692A and he has the battery. Wait, is this battery the same? Is this battery the new? He was arrested on this one?
The 9098 is the new one.
Okay. So is this the new one, or is it the 2021? No. Okay. Oh, okay. Got it. 206. Okay. All right. I'm revoking his bond on 2020 CF 1069. And on the domestic violence battery, I find PC and I'll set bond on that case in the amount of $100. Oh, no contact with the victim. No return to the scene. Okay. For Scott. Okay. On the Scott case, I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent her. I find PC, setting bond on count 1 in the amount of 1,000, count 2 in the amount of 100. No return to the scene of the offense and no contact with the victim. Okay. On the tincture, Roy Lee Tincture, appointing the PD to represent Mr. Tincture. I find PC, set bond in 100, no return to the scene. Okay.
He has 2 cases.
2 cases? Okay, and the disorderly, I'll just leave it set at 250. Hold on, let me just, wait. Oh, the same offense. Same facts? Okay, hold on. ROR on the disorderly conduct. And then Latoya Davis. Latoya Davis's case was closed out in Volusia. Her probation was revoked and terminated, so we just need an amended order releasing Latoya Davis from Osceola. That's the one that you gave me?
No, her name his name is Edward James.
Oh my gosh, okay, I'm so sorry. Who was the defendant? Edward James O'Neill. Okay. Edward James O'Neill, 2020 CT 534. His probation was revoked and terminated in Volusia County on September 18, 2020, so he shouldn't be held on the amended violation of probation. So we'll need an order to release him. Oh, he can return out of state on Mr. Scott. Do I need to go back on that one?
Yeah, if you need to, yes. He's on one of the last ones we did.
Okay. On Scott? I think we just did him. He was on medical. Or,
Yeah, he was a medical reset. He's from Houston, Texas.
So he can go back to Texas.
Yeah.
That's it?
You can sign these non-contact orders.
Okay.
But I need to do 2 orders for this one.